Hello everyone, Linda Israel here. I'm working on a Christmas junk journal, so I'm making some elements, and this is a pocket that I made. And let me show you how I did that. I have a couple of pages out of a book, so I'm just looking at this, and what I need to do is adhere these to each other so that they're thick enough for what I want to do, which is make a pocket. So I'm just using some inexpensive craft stick or glue stick. I think these I probably picked up at the Dollar Tree when they had a big sale around back to school time. And then I've got my other layer that I'm just going to lay right on top of the first. And I'm not worried about it not being perfect, because I'm going to do some altering to this paper, and it doesn't really matter because I'm going to end up cutting it. So now I've got a piece of paper here to protect my work surface, and I've got some acrylic craft paint. I'm just going to squirt just a little bit on this page. You don't need a whole lot because you're going to put it on rather thin with a spreader. So I've got some glitter paint that is from the Dollar Tree. And then I've got an old key card from a hotel, and I am just going to smear this paint around on this piece of book page. So I'm not really trying to do a particular pattern. My goal is to cover up as much of this paper with the paint so you don't really see a lot of the text underneath. If you let it dry, you can do multiple layers. But I like just mixing the glitter with the green. I thought it looked pretty cool. Alright, so you're going to want to dry this. You can either set it aside to dry, or you can use a heat tool. Here's a page already dried, ready to go for the next step, which is I like to go in here and cut off this header that's on here, and then I trim it down. It works out about 4.5 inches wide for my journal that I'm working on, and I just trim off the edges of the text, so all you're getting is just the text here, and you're not getting where there isn't any text. And then I'm going to take the top portion of this, about 3.5 inches, and cut that off. So now I have these two pieces to work with. I've got some distressed ink in black soot, and I'm going to go around all of the edges of these papers. You are now looking at my sewing machine, and I've got a piece of red eyelash-like trim, and what I want to do is sew this across my page somewhat close to the top. I'm using a zigzag stitch on an old sewing machine. I've got an 80-12 regular standard sewing needle in my machine, and again I have it set on zigzag with red in the top and white in the bottom bobbin thread. So I've sewn the trim to my top portion of my pocket, and I'm just going to go in here and trim that flush. And I will get rid of these really long threads. Then I have the bigger piece that I cut. And on this bigger piece, what I'm going to do is layer these, and I'm going to sew all the way around on the outside edge. And this is going to make my pocket. And here is the finished pocket. So it's got a zigzag stitch all the way around. It's got this really cool funky trim. And then there's a pocket here that can have a journal card or something in it. And depending on how you adhere it to your page, if you choose to only glue down the two sides and the bottom, then it can be another tuck spot in the back. So that's kind of a neat little trick that I do. And just because you don't have super fancy papers, if you've got a little bit of acrylic paint, you can make your own fun little pocket for your junk journal. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and of course, comment below. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. Check out the Friendly Junk Journal People Facebook group for more inspiration. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Have a fabulous day. Bye.